At 0710 local time, a launch hatch opens on a U.S. Navy destroyer in the Persian Gulf, and a Tomahawk cruise missile erupts into the sky with a burst of fire as its rocket booster ignites and pushes the weapon upward before falling away seconds later. While a small turbofan engine spools to life and the missile drops low to only 50 feet above the waterline, flying almost invisible to radar, while screaming toward Iran at high speed. And only 4 seconds later, another missile launches, then another, and then another, until within 90 seconds, 8 Tomahawk missiles are already racing across the Persian Gulf toward Iranian targets. While several hundred meters away, 2 other American destroyers repeat the same sequence, firing their own weapons, until a total of 25 cruise missiles skim across the ocean surface at more than 500 miles per hour, threading between Iranian radar coverage along carefully planned routes designed to exploit gaps in coastal surveillance, with their destination being naval bases operated by Iran's Revolutionary Guard on the southern coast, and their flight time around 40 minutes. While at this exact moment, nobody in Iran has any idea they are coming, and somewhere on the coast, an Iranian radar operator quietly watches a mostly empty screen, perhaps drinking tea, with no sign yet of the storm approaching, because he still has less than 39 minutes before the missiles arrive. But something else has already crossed into Iranian airspace, long before the Tomahawks arrive, as dozens of small unmanned Lucas drones move slowly inland, flying at barely 110 knots, appearing on radar screens as a cluster of uncertain contacts. And some of these drones carry small explosive warheads, while others are merely decoys intended to confuse air defense systems. And the operator watching his radar cannot determine which ones are real threats and which are simply noise. So he follows his training and launches an interceptor missile costing more than $1 million, which streaks into the sky at several times the speed of sound before destroying a drone that costs only around $35,000. And he fires again, and then again, as more expensive interceptors chase the cheap drones, exploding them in mid-air, while Iranian air defense crews believe they are successfully defending their territory. But the reality is that they are burning through their missile inventory at an unsustainable rate. Because this is cost-exchange warfare, where $1 million missile is being used to destroy something cheaper than a pickup truck. And something even more dangerous is happening at the same time. Because every time the radar activates and fires, it reveals its exact position to electronic sensors carried by stealth aircraft flying hundreds of miles away. While high above the region, American and Israeli F-35 fighters silently collect these signals, mapping every radar emission, every launch, and every electronic transmission, building "I am ready." Here is the text. A complete picture of Iran's air defense network, while far to the west over Iraq, a formation of Israeli F-15 strike fighters climbs slowly toward launch altitude, carrying heavy long-range strike missiles beneath their fuselages. After flying silently for more than 90 minutes behind a screen of stealth aircraft that have been monitoring the battlefield, and at exactly 08:05 local time, the lead pilot releases his weapon, and the massive missile drops away from the aircraft before its rocket engine ignites, pushing it beyond the speed of sound within seconds, climbing on a ballistic arc toward Tehran, while 11 more missiles follow almost immediately, turning the sky above Iraq into a launch corridor. As 12 high-speed weapons accelerate toward the Iranian capital. And unlike the Tomahawk cruise missiles, these weapons will arrive in only minutes, leaving almost no time for radar detection, command authorization, or interception. And suddenly, explosions rip through Tehran, as several strategic compounds are struck without warning. Buildings inside sensitive government areas collapse, while smoke rises into the morning sky, and satellite imagery would later show the destruction within the compound of the Supreme Leader, where multiple structures are reduced to shattered concrete, while the attack continues as stealth F-35 fighters cross the border carrying precision-guided bombs. And these aircraft possess some of the most advanced sensor fusion technology ever installed in a combat jet, combining radar, infrared targeting systems, satellite data, and intelligence feeds into a single integrated display, allowing pilots to see every threat and every target simultaneously. And one pilot selects the Ministry of Defense complex, releasing a GBU-39 small-diameter bomb, weighing only 250 pounds, yet capable of gliding more than 40 miles before striking its target with extraordinary precision, punching through the roof of the building and detonating deep inside the command center where military planning documents and communication systems are located. While across Tehran, similar strikes hit intelligence headquarters, nuclear administration facilities, and military offices, as the attack focuses on crippling the administrative nervous system that connects Iran's military leadership to its operational forces. While at the same time, the Tomahawk missiles launched earlier finally reach Iran's southern coastline, and the first warhead slams directly into an Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps naval base, collapsing the command building, while fuel storage tanks ignite, sending thick columns of black smoke into the sky, visible for miles across the Persian Gulf. And minutes later, Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle dives toward a hardened concrete shelter, built to protect fast attack boats designed to swarm oil tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. And a 2,000-pound JDAM bomb drops from the aircraft, falling for 30 seconds before smashing through the reinforced roof and detonating inside the structure, causing the walls to blow outward while the roof collapses, crushing the boats beneath tons of debris, eliminating vessels that were intended to threaten international shipping lanes, while at the same time, aircraft launched from the carrier USS Abraham Lincoln head toward the port of Chabahar, Iran's only deep-water port on the Gulf of Oman, with orders to destroy submarine infrastructure capable of supporting mine-laying operations in the Strait of Hormuz. And precision bombs strike docks, fuel depots, and submarine repair facilities, collapsing key sections of the port infrastructure, while additional strikes eliminate anti-ship missile batteries along the coastline, ensuring that commercial shipping and coalition naval vessels remain protected. While across the Iranian coast, several naval installations, including Bandar Abbas and other bases, suffer coordinated attacks, destroying fast attack boats, missile batteries, and fuel storage depots, leaving large sections of Iran's naval capability burning along the Gulf coastline. While deep in the mountains of western Iran, one remaining air defense system finally activates a newly developed radar intended to replace the Russian-supplied S-300 systems destroyed in earlier operations. And for a brief moment, the radar successfully tracks incoming aircraft. But the instant it switches to full-power fire control mode, it reveals its location to electronic warfare aircraft, which immediately jam the signal, while its coordinates are transmitted through secure data links to nearby strike jets, and an anti-radiation missile launches, accelerating toward the radar site at nearly 3 times the speed of sound, striking the target less than 90 seconds later and destroying the system before it can launch an interceptor. And with that, Iran's remaining integrated air defense network collapses, leaving the skies effectively open to coalition aircraft, which allows F-22 Raptor fighters to enter Iranian airspace with their mission focused on electronic intelligence rather than bombing, using powerful sensor arrays capable of detecting and locating radar emissions, communication transmissions, and mobile air defense systems across vast distances, while sharing targeting data with other aircraft operating throughout the theater, enabling a coordinated hunt for mobile ballistic missile launchers hidden within the mountainous terrain of western Iran. And eventually one such launcher is located, preparing to fire a Shahab ballistic missile toward Israeli territory, with the missile already standing upright on the transporter erector launcher, while ground crews complete the fueling sequence and the pilot monitoring the scene waits carefully for the precise moment when the fuel lines remain connected, ensuring that the explosion will destroy both the launcher and the missile simultaneously, before releasing a precision-guided glide bomb which descends silently into the narrow valley, guided by GPS and optical targeting systems, before striking the base of the launcher, rupturing the missile's fuel tank, and triggering a massive secondary explosion that engulfs the launcher and surrounding crew in a fireball visible for miles. While across the country, additional strikes continue, destroying drone warehouses, ballistic missile depots, command centers, and communications infrastructure, while hundreds of Shahed attack drones prepared for launch are eliminated before they can be deployed. And by the end of the day, Iran's military infrastructure has suffered devastating damage, with air defenses shattered, naval bases burning, missile launchers hunted across the mountains, and the skies above the country dominated by the most advanced fighter aircraft in the world.